Alright y'all, welcome back to the channel and to some more slug testing, and today we've got another shell combo that we have not tested on the channel, or at least not through this particular type of setup. So I'm definitely curious to see what it can do, because I have a feeling based on some previous results we've seen from other shotguns with these shells, they might be some pretty nice performers if they mesh well with this particular shotgun combo. But as for the shells we're going to run today, I brought out some of the Federal TruBall slugs. They are a 12 gauge, 2 3/4 inch, 1 ounce slug, moving about 1350 feet per second, so a little bit lower velocity, but that little bit lower velocity might actually help these out some. And if you can see the picture right there, they kind of have the little gas seal piece with a ball that sits between the slug and the gas seal that helps to center that slug with the entire unit here inside of your bore, so that may actually make a little bit of a difference. We've tried these in 20 gauge with some pretty nice looking results. We've tried them in 12 gauge as well through a rifled barrel with, from what I can remember, some okay results. But today we're going to run them through a smooth bore, which is probably more what they were designed for in the first place. So we'll see what they can do. And as for that shotgun we're going to run them through, I brought out a good old Remington 870. This one's got a 24-inch barrel on it, and we're going to be running an improved cylinder choke. Should be just fine with these. Up on top here, I've got a Hawk Vantage IR. It's their muzzleloader, slug gun, straight wall cartridge type of reticle and stuff in there. A little more eye relief. So far, I really like this combination, and it's held up very nicely. As far as the magazine cap and the tension that's put on the barrel into the receiver, it is hand tight with an extra 3 clicks passed with a pair of soft jaw pliers. That combination has given me some good luck in the past, as well as a bunch of other people I know, so that way your mag cap isn't actually working loose and then ruining your accuracy. That seems to be a pretty good little combination for a slug gun that's got a scope mounted to the receiver. So we'll see what this setup can actually do with these TruBalls. But as for today's test, we're going to run it the same as we usually do with a slug setup like that. We're going to shoot 2 groups, 50 and 100 yards. Each group is going to be 3 shots each. I know it's not a perfect test. I would love to shoot more groups for you guys at different distances and stuff, but I've got to work with the shells that I have available to me, which isn't very many. So at least this will give us somewhat of an idea of if this is a decent combo or not. And of course, all of the shots will be through the chrono as well, so we can get our velocity. So let's get you guys a view of those targets, shoot our groups, and see how this smooth bore improved cylinder setup actually likes the Federal TruBalls. Alright, so let's take a quick peek through our velocities real quick before we look at our target. The boss claim is 1350 on these, and we did not quite see that. We have a 24-inch barrel. The factory probably tested it through a 26 or 28, but I don't think we were too terribly far under their claim either. So for a high, we had 1281. For a low, we had 1217. That gave us an average of 1245 with an extreme spread of 64 and a standard deviation of 17. So with an average of 1245, we were 105 under their boss claim. I mean, that does make sense if they ran it through something like a 28-inch at the factory. And of course, here is your energy numbers for a 1-ounce slug at 1245, so you can see what we're actually pushing down range. But let's move over to our target, because we definitely got some rather intriguing results over there, that's for sure. Alright, now we're over here looking at our target. I am not the least bit impressed with this performance at all. It was not even close to what I expected it to be, that's for sure. And I'm lucky that I had a couple extra shells in one of the boxes that I brought out here, or else we would not have even been able to get a 100-yard group for you guys at all. I mean, something in this setup did not jive together well. And right off the bat, I can promise you that the scope is fine, the rings are fine, the rail is fine, and the magazine cap, I have witness marks marks on there as well, so I know the barrel tension did not change at all. It never moved from one shot to the next. So something here in this setup did not really work out together well. I don't really know what. Maybe the choke or something. I don't know. They are kind of right at the supersonic velocity range or just above it. So maybe them transitioning from super to subsonic might have really played with them. I have seen some questionable things like that happen before, and it could have happened here as well. I don't know. But we'll start with the left target, which was our 50-yard group, and at least that one we can actually measure. And at 50 yards, we had 5.65 inches for those 3 shots right there in a row. That is not at all good or impressive. At 50 yards, we're typically putting them just about in the same hole, or at least pretty much touching each other. If we can't get sub 3 inches at 50 yards, then we know it's going to be all over the place at 100. And sure enough, that's exactly what we saw here. I think I took 5 shots, maybe 6 shots at 100 yards, and we had 3 that hit the paper. We had this guy down here low. We had this bullet hole right over here on the far right, and we had this guy way up here. The rest of them never even hit the target at all. And these circles right here, these target circles, are 12 inches across. So we at the very least have a 12-inch spread here with what we see on the paper. And of course, we did not hit our other shots anywhere on the paper at all. So there's no sense in even measuring that, because I'd have to get the tape measure out for that one. So something seriously went wrong here. The accuracy wasn't great at 50 yards, but it got way worse out at 100, that's for sure. So as it stands right now, this ain't a combination that I would ever take out deer hunting or something. And that rather surprises me, considering that we've seen a couple other rather nice results from these TruBall slugs before, especially in 20 gauge. So I don't know, something did not work out here, but that's why you test as many different things as you can, especially before you just take them out in the woods, because not all slugs will perform the same, that's for sure. And that just goes to show it right there. And here are a couple of those little gas seal base pieces out of those shells. You can see the little dimple there in the middle where that ball sits. And of course, I've never been able to find one of those balls because it gets jammed in the back of the actual slug. But overall, nothing special here. I mean, it's the same stuff we've seen out of the other TruBall slugs we've tested. And they have no major damage or anything to them. So I really don't think there's anything special to look at here as far as these go. All right, y'all. Well, what do you think about those results right there? That is not at all what I expected to see. Even if it wasn't anything impressive, I didn't expect to be completely missing the paper like that. And like I already mentioned, everything on the shotgun is perfectly fine. I'm not concerned about that at all. I have witness marks and white paint on every screw and connection and everything on there. So I know nothing on that shotgun has moved. Plus, 15 minutes before I filmed this one, I filmed the test with some Super X's that I uploaded just here recently. And it was perfectly fine for that test. Didn't really do anything weird or out of the ordinary there. So nothing has changed. Same choke, same shotgun, same barrel tension, same scope, all that. So something here just did not work. And like I also mentioned, we have seen some little bit questionable results when slugs especially go from super to subsonic. Wherever that transition occurs, they can be really good before it and really terrible after it. I don't have any high-speed cameras or anything to really capture that moment, but from my experience in testing so far, I think something in that moment does exist that throws off the stability or the accuracy of a shotgun slug. I'd love to be able to prove it one day, but that may very well be what we saw here today with these results, considering we are only getting mid 1200s for a velocity right at the muzzle. So I don't know. Leave your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think about it. Is that about what you expected to see? Were you a little surprised one way or the other? Have you tested any of these Federal TruBalls out of your slug gun? And if so, what kind of results have you seen? What do you think was kind of the missing link, or what do you think went wrong here today as to why we saw these results? And what other shells or choke combos do you want to see us run when it comes to slugs like this? Maybe I get some more of these TruBalls and we try a couple different chokes and something might magically work out there. I don't know. It's a possibility, but let me know if that's something you guys want to see down below. Either way, definitely not the result I was expecting to see here today. That's why we test as many things as we can, because sometimes what should be a really nice setup on paper doesn't really work out the way you think it should. But with that being said, I've got some more testing to get done for you guys, so I'm going to get back to it. As always, we have the channel Instagram as well as the mailbox where you can send stuff if you'd like. All that information will be in the description if you're interested in it, but I'm going to get back to it, so I'll see y'all in the next one.